Good morning, everyone. So the first abstract for discussion is the impact of adjuvant trastuzumab on locoregional failure rates in the NCCTG N9831 Alliance study by Thorpe et al. The author had no disclosures for this presentation. So in the background, the NCCTG study was initially done, was a randomized breast cancer phase 3 trial, which was investigating the role of adjuvant trastuzumab in HER2-positive patients. And they looked at the overall survival and the disease-free survival in localized HER2-positive breast cancer patients. And it was proved that pertuzumab improves the survival in these patients. But they had not analyzed the locoregional control with or without trastuzumab in HER2-positive patients. So the purpose of this study was to see whether trastuzumab improves the locoregional control in HER2-positive patients. They also explored whether local therapies improve the locoregional control in patients with 1 to 3 positive lymph nodes. So coming to the study design, the eligibility criteria for the study was patients with non-metastatic adenocarcinoma of the breast, which were HER2 positive either on IHC or amplification on FISH. Patients were node positive or high-risk node negative, which included tumor size of more than 2 centimeter with ERPR positive, or tumor size more than 1 centimeter with ERPR negative status. So a total of about 3,500 patients were randomized and stratified based on their ERPR and the number of lymph nodes into 3 groups. There was Arm A, which was the control group, which was the standard chemotherapy of adriamycin cyclophosphamide followed by paclitaxel. Arm B was the standard chemotherapy followed by sequential trastuzumab, and Arm C was adriamycin cyclophosphamide followed by concurrent paclitaxel and trastuzumab followed by maintenance trastuzumab. They also looked into the overall treatment and stratified them into 3 groups, one being the lumpectomy plus RT arm, the other is mastectomy plus RT, and the other was mastectomy alone arm. So the treatment was surgery could either be lumpectomy or mastectomy, and for axilla it was either they could have undergone a sentinel lymph node biopsy or an axillary dissection as and when required. Radiation was optional after mastectomy unless they were more than or equal to 4 positive lymph nodes. It was required after lumpectomy, and the dose was ranging between 45 to 54 gray in 25 to 28 gray per fraction, and boost was optional. Only the axilla and the supraclavicular regions were treated when necessary in mastectomy. The internal mammary was excluded. The median follow-up was 13 years. So coming to the results, the 10-year locoregional recurrence in the treatment arm, if you see, was in the control arm, it was 5.5%. In the sequential trastuzumab arm was 4.9%. And in the concurrent followed by maintenance trastuzumab arm, it was 4.1%. When they compared the arms with one another, it was not found to be statistically different. The ER status, the impact of ER status on locoregional recurrence, ER negative patients fared worse compared to the ER positive patients, where the locoregional recurrence was up to 6.1% in ER negative patients, which was p-value significant. The tumor size did not impact on the locoregional recurrence, as both, whether it was less than 2 centimeters or more than or equal to 2 centimeters, had similar locoregional recurrence patterns. Coming to the local treatment, the patients who received, who underwent lumpectomy followed by RT had a 6.2% locoregional recurrence. The ones who had mastectomy followed by RT had a lower locoregional recurrence of 3%, with mastectomy alone was 5.5%. When you look at the local treatment with the treatment arms and the 10-year locoregional recurrence rates, the p-value for none of them was significant, but the locoregional recurrence was the least in patients who had undergone mastectomy plus RT with concurrent and maintenance trastuzumab, and that was only 1.6%, but again, it was not significant. Across the arms, it was none of them were a significant benefit of adding trastuzumab to these treatment arms. The number of nodes as well did not show any significant impact on the locoregional recurrence, whether it was 1 node positive or 1 to 3, 4 to 9, or more than 10 nodes positive. Similarly, again in the table, when they compared the number of nodes to the different treatment arms, they were also the 10-year local recurrence rates were more than 3% in all of them, between 3 to 6% in all of them. Again, was not a significant result. The patient characteristics in a node negative setting, most of the patients, when they compared between the lumpectomy plus RT versus mastectomy alone, they were more patients who were of poor grade, and most of them had undergone the sentinel lymph node dissection in this sitting. So in node negative patients, the impact of lumpectomy plus RT reduced the locoregional recurrence rate compared to mastectomy alone. Even though the percentages are can be seen, there was a significant decrease with adding RT to lumpectomy. That was not showing a statistically significant p-value. In patient characteristics with 1 to 3 positive nodes, again here also most of the tumors were high-grade tumors, and most of the patients were of stage 2 patients. And here most of them had undergone axillary nodal dissection compared to the node negative patients. Here, whether adding radiation to mastectomy or mastectomy alone did not change the pattern of locoregional recurrence in 1 to 3 positive nodes. So what were the limitations of this analysis was this, the original trial design was not structured to look at these questions. So the analysis was limited by the trial design. And when they looked at the other exploratory hypothesis of whether local treatment has an impact on 1 to 3 positive nodes, here there could have been multiple limitations. One was because RT was not as a standard protocol given to all patients with 1 to 3 positive nodes. It was on the discretion of the treating radiation oncologist. So there could have been a selection bias where patients with higher grade or high risk tumors would have been selectively allocated to the radiation arm, and that's why the results as it was seen. And when patients have undergone mastectomy, adding radiation to the patients who have undergone mastectomy with or without RT, the locoregional recurrence was similar in patients with 1 to 3 positive nodes. So the authors concluded saying that the 10-year locoregional recurrence was low, with a marginal of 4.1% in concurrent followed by sequential versus the control arm with a small significant difference in adding trastuzumab. Patients with ER negative tumors had a worse locoregional control, and the locoregional control was excellent in node negative patients who have undergone lumpectomy followed by radiation, and in patients with 1 to 3 positive nodes who have either undergone mastectomy with or without radiation. The locoregional control was similar. That is what the authors had concluded in this through this paper.